episode of Voices of Hult. I'm Johanna. I'm also a member of the Voices of Hult team, and today we're here with Professor Ahn and Rafa, as you guys know, and we're participating in the Finance Innovation Week.
In the Future of Finance Week
Yeah.
with the Global Marketing Team and Events. So yeah, I hope everyone had an amazing holidays. We're back in school here in Boston this time. Hello, Professor. How are you?
I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Of course,
I'm
we're
so
more than
excited.
happy.
This is beginning of the year.
Yes,
right?
exactly. So can you tell us a little bit about you for everyone who is listening to us?
Yeah. Hi. Hello, guys. I'm Professor Paul Ahn. I'm teaching UG and PG in finance courses and accounting as well. I'm participating in the course development of this new UG program, also the PG program, Master of Finance, the Finance Dual Degree, and we are going to launch the Finance MBA program this year.
Nice.
Yeah, so
notes.
yeah, I'm participating in this development program.
Great. So I've heard you've been working for a whole for 7 years.
Right. Yeah. Since 2017, I started teaching in San Francisco campus.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Right.
And how come you arrived to San Francisco? What's your story? What's your background? You
Right.
can tell us a little bit
My
more.
background is totally investment banker. I love managing money. Right. And so
Wow.
yeah, before that joining Hult 2013, for about 15 years, I've been working in an investment bank as a
Wow.
portfolio manager, managing $500 million institutional fund, private fund, endowment fund.
It's money.
Yeah.
And then I became the top portfolio manager in the country. Yeah, even the South Korea is small, but it's very nice. Yeah,
Oh,
the
wow.
experience.
So you were an investment banker in South Korea, and
Yeah.
then you came here.
Yeah, because my wife told me that, why don't you step down? Yeah, I understand you are at the top of the mountain. Now is the time to
Step
get
down
down
and-
Yeah.
down. So, okay, I accept my wife's proposal, and then let's go to the world. Right?
Yeah.
At the time, my age was 40 years old. I have to make a huge decision and selling house, 2 Porsche, 2 cars, everything. And then I joined Hult at the time, getting
Wow.
As a student.
decent amount of the scholarship money, the professional scholarship at the time. And then I finished 2 degrees. My goal was to go to the Wall Street at the time, right?
Oh,
because I already have a
wow.
reputation and a good
Yeah.
outworking history. But
You decided to go back to school instead of Wall Street.
Exactly.
No, I never. Yeah, the life is always the unexpected thing.
Yeah.
And at the time, the dean Cornelius, the London dean at the time, now that joined the San Francisco, he asked me to teach accounting course at the time. By the way.
Oh,
And then,
okay.
Because the one professor just messed up this accounting course. And then when I get this course and I saw the students, their eyes, they are very kind of concerned and fear about accounting. And then I realized that.
I think numbers are scary sometimes. So I can imagine some students feeling like that. So you're also an alumni. You were an MBA student and a dual degree in MFIN, right?
Right, exactly. When I finished this 2 degree, and then I was supposed to become the investment banker in the Wall Street somewhere, but now
You got
the
offered a
dean asked
position.
asked me to teach accounting finance courses, and then I realized that this is kind of a calling, kind of a mission. When I saw their eyes in fear, then I need to help them.
Yeah.
And then I got the salary. So almost
Great.
1/10 of the salary that I made before in the investment bank.
Yeah.
But I saved some money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine
of
the
course.
impact
So-
you're having on all the students.
And then I got fascinated by this educational the area that I can contribute my experience to the education field rather than going to the investment bank again.
So it was more like the passion that was guiding you throughout your life so far. I think it's a really tough decision you had to make.
Right.
but I mean, I can see that you're really really happy changing students'
Right.
life, and that's why you're also participating on the design of the
Mhm.
new programs and
Right.
trying to encourage students to be more active in.
You know what? It's not about the money, making money, and but yeah, it's kind of more meaningful.
Yeah,
life.
purpose.
For my family, when I was in investment bank, I had to work from 9 to 9 every day, even the weekend, right? And yeah,
Wow.
$100,000 a decent healthy bonus is good, but I have ruined myself. Even I ignored my family issues, but now it's totally now family man. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of being like
Great.
family man. Also, I'm taking care of the students' life. They're learning the process.
Yeah, because you also had to move here with your entire family, so it
Mhm.
was like it was not an easy decision. You had to make the decision to leave your country and move here and stay here.
Right.
And well, now I think like you're enjoying Boston. So
Right.
I'm
My
I'm
son
happy
is
to hear.
also taking this advantage. The Korea and South Korea's education field is very competitive,
Mhm.
very competitive. Because now, yeah, he's now the Northeastern University second-year student majoring in
Yeah.
neuroscience, and then he's
Wow,
taking
great.
this huge benefit. But I have to pay $75,000 tuition every
Well,
year.
that's education.
Yeah, but now speaking more about finance, so
Sure.
I'm so curious to know, like,
Mhm.
what industries are trending now according to finance in the finance field?
Right. We have many kind of the concern about the future of finance, especially what kind of industry we have to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when you think about this investment field, we need to understand the customers' needs first,
Of course.
right? Where they want to spend the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in order to understand this, we need to also kind of identify or their generations.
Correct.
Which generation will spend what industry they will spend how much, right? So this is kind of new finance industry. So for example, the elders now the
Mhm.
Gen X or Y, like
Mhm.
it's aging like 50 or 60 or 70, they're always concerned about their health, right?
Mhm.
Because the bio or health industry is going to be
Yeah.
is very, because it's all the global or US or any kind of the developed countries now become very elder, right? The
Yeah.
people.
There's a growing elderly population.
Right,
now.
so bio or health technology, those kind of field is still health science is going to be very good,
Wow.
and we cannot ignore the Gen Z or
Mhm.
millennial, now the
Mhm.
10 to 30 years old.
Yeah.
Now it's totally different the world because they are now totally involved in the virtual life.
Yeah. So
Right.
I think like for what you're saying, like biotech and the healthcare industry for elders is gonna be like something where people is gonna be like all the money is gonna be going there.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Sure, they
I
have
mean,
money
yeah,
saved,
as you're
right?
saying, like all these different generations, we're all growing up, and somehow we right now we live around technology already.
Mhm.
And we're gonna want technology to keep us, living.
Yeah.
I was saying it's like, yeah.
Right. So that's why we need to understand the needs of these Gen X or millennials.
Yeah.
They are willing to spend a lot of money into their virtual world.
Mhm.
Like for example, metaverse. They are operating their avatar world, right?
Yes.
In the avatar world, they are willing to spend like almost the same amount when they buy like Gucci bag or the Louis Vuitton bag in the
Mhm.
real life. They also want to decorate, right? The avatar
Yes.
with this same amount of money, and then they
Yes.
satisfy. We say this is kind of dopamine the economy, right?
Yeah,
They
so-
can increase the same level of dopamine in the virtual world.
Yeah, I think like the metaverse is something that's gonna change a lot of things right now, like even finance. And as you were saying, like people's trying to buy, like a nice purse,
Mhm.
but also they want exactly the same, but in the virtual world.
Right.
So just like the metaverse, like what other trends in technology or
Mhm.
not in technology do you
Mhm.
think that is gonna be coming in the future?
So here is you have to remember some case in the online shopping mall in history 2010. The many companies opened their online shopping mall by themselves, but
Mhm.
one of the case of the failure of this adopting the online shopping mall was Toys R Us case.
Mhm.
Toys R Us finally went bankrupt in 2016, because they didn't open online shopping mall. They still focus on their the store, right?
Yeah.
Instead, they just make some partnership with the Amazon, and then Amazon controls all the distributions and the selling, but they just to get the inventory, right? So this is totally disaster. So or any kind of industry like retail industry or clothing industry, they must now use some virtual reality store.
Correct.
It's kind of metaverse concept too, right? Now the consumers can visit not just the two-dimension, the online store, but now they can visit the metaverse, the online store. They can choose the store. They can communicate with the store managers in the metaverse, right? So any kind of business, any kind of industries is now, before too late, they must open this kind of virtual store.
Wow.
Right?
So you're thinking that this is the next thing that people need to adapt to be able to survive.
So when you say, oh, we have to invest like a technology company, it's not kind of limited into the technology company. We have to expand all the industries that adapted this kind of the new technology.
So you're basically saying that every industry needs to start adapting, so actually like financially be prepared to also the financial part of these industries to adapt to these new trends like you just mentioned, like the metaverse, VR, machine learning, AI. Like I think all these things are gonna be like this with finance, like super tight and working together. So I don't know.
Yeah, but also speaking of AI, how is that going to change finance? Because that's a big topic here on campus among students. So how is that going to change finance?
Yeah. Now let's connect this AI thing to the investment area specifically. Just like you mentioned, now as a professor, I check the grade right, of their submission every project, right? Now I realize that the quality of their the writing submission is now very high.
Correct.
Because I realized that students use AI, right? OpenAI, ChatGPT, right?
To improve their, like the outcome of the papers.
But I don't say you don't have to do that. No. You have to do that, basically. Why? Because that increases the average level, right? You can use all the sources, all the resources from the articles already done, right? If you don't use this, you have to start from the scratch. Then the average level is very low, right? But I know this is the average level, right? Because that is already, we know all the resources from the Google or the Google Scholars or the articles, right? Now, from then on, you need to add some creativity, right? Likewise, in the investment field, investors advisor using some AI, they can provide a very decent level of average advice, right? But now the role of professional is getting more important. Why? Because everybody has the same level of average, right? Increased by this AI tool or the research tool. But now the professionals must put their creativity there so that they can distinguish or differentiate their investment proposal. If you take the same strategy of investment, you cannot compete other investors, right? You cannot success, right?
Yes, I think AI has set a new starting point from everyone, since everyone now have accessibility to the information on the same level. So that's what you're saying right now. Like everyone have a new starting point. So the quality that professors are demanding from different projects are going to be higher because the start point is higher as well. But I also know that we cannot trust 100% in the outcome of the AIs because like there are like some different things that just like the output that you can receive from ChatGPT or something like that might not be real, right?
That is the point. That is the point, by the way. So you now have to improve the quality of question. You have to focus on the quality of question to the AI, not the answer of the question. Because depending on the quality of your question, the answer is totally different, right? So preparing the good question, right? So that you can get the high level of average, right? And then you can add some. So that's why in the investment field, the traders will be like just disappeared from now. because the traders is trading based on the past pattern, right? Now we can get the pattern from ChatGPT or machine learning or big data. There's no kind of advantage of using the past pattern, right? You use AI, you use machine learning, everybody use the same pattern, then they cannot get the profit, right?
Yeah.
So traders, beware.
That's why it's
That's
more,
not the future.
right. That's why the more long-term view of investment will be more important in the future.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Like, I think like in December or November, we had an episode with, in San Francisco with an AI club. And they are actually doing what you just mentioned. Like they are training students in San Francisco to be able to do or to prompt the questions like in the right way to have like more accurate answers. I don't know, like I think
the
like,
most efficient answer,
most efficient
maybe,
answer, like the most right one. And they're like teaching, you know, students how to do that because as you just mentioned, it's not about like what's the answer of that question. It's like how do you make the question, how you prompt, and what information you give to these AI tools in order for them to provide you you know, like a better outcome, right?
Right. So the people feel like safe or confident when they are in the trend, because trend means it's already fixed, right? So the people can predict the future in the trend, right? But for the long term, they cannot predict the future accurately, right? In a short term, they can get. So AI will help you out, right? For the long term view, AI or machine learning cannot help you out, right? So there is the kind of field that some human beings' creativity could work. So that's why the valuation investment that make the projection of 5 years or 10 years or even the forever, because based on the going concern of the company, we believe that company will live forever. Then that is the part of new area that the human beings can focus on rather than AI reliance.
Yeah, but speaking of long term, because another evolving area that is very popular right now is ESG and the environment. And do you see that that's somewhat of a long-term commitment, or how do you finance see on that?
Sure. This is now let's move to the human beings.
Exactly. Not more robots now, like human beings.
Right, because we need to consider some like risk factors, very important risk factors there, starting from the globalization. We have two schools. One is globalization, the other one is deglobalization. They are always fighting. To take the globalization, for example, environment. ESR is the E stand for environment, the society, and the G is the governance. Sometimes it's changing, but now the concept is all about the globalization, right? If you want to make money, and then you can like pollute anything. You can pollute anything. You can waste anything. No, it doesn't work in the world altogether, right? Now we need to discuss. We need to think about our future, our next generation. Right? It's based on the globalization concept. But war, like geopolitical issues is totally deglobalization part, right? We always have to. They are always fighting, right? If you guys have two wolves, one is good wolves in your heart, and the other wolf is bad wolf.
They're gonna be fighting all the time.
They're fighting all the time in your mind. Who actually win?
No one.
The good one, or what do you mean?
I don't know.
Who win? The good wolf or bad wolf in your mind?
The good always.
Why?
Because kindness wins at the end, right?
So
they're making
the answer
the right
is
decision.
the wolf. The answer is the wolf. You feed more.
Well, wow.
Right? We got that wrong.
That's why now the ESR comes up in the wolf, right? So we have to protect like carbon emission, right? We need to reduce the carbon emissions, right? Reduce your CO2 in the world, so that we can sustain it together, right? We need to consider society, right? Reputation. And the governance, so all the stakeholders in the company, you need to satisfy all the stakeholders, government, the shareholders, debt holders, the suppliers, employees, everything. We need to consider all together we can live sustainable for the next generations.
Yes, I think this is like, as you're saying, like this is something that a lot of people have started to believe on, and now they're like really working on this, and every industry is already including ESG in their operations, in the way they they manage the company, because that's what again the consumer wants to see.
Right.
And I think this have a really big impact because I in my opinion, like if a company is not being or is not executing properly things about sustainability, governance, or environment, I mean, people is gonna be like, I don't want that company because it's not going with what I do believe now.
Right.
So I think like in terms of investments and finance, like that's good impact. That could like take a company to grow.
Sure. So that's why the role of government is very important, right? They cannot just push it. You have to pursue this, like the ESG role. If the company doesn't make the profit or cash.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why the 2001, 2010, we have big two movement is focusing on CSR or SER. The ESG is not a new concept. It's already started, right?
Yeah.
But there are the investors' point of view is important now. Now, not the company's point of view. Investors is now want to invest this kind of company because this kind of company will be survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But reality is not. In the recent 2 decades was not.
Yeah,
because
people didn't really care about it, right?
Or the company couldn't make the good profit in the future.
Yeah.
Because the investment the approach was wrong. And then we realized that the first approach in 2000 or 2010, they invested the company, good company, the ESR company first, right? They invest this kind of company and then they encourage this company will make money in future, right? But it doesn't work well. But now it's totally opposite.
Correct.
Totally opposite.
Yeah.
They select the company that makes a lot of money first. They have this kind of list, and then they got the final list of the company that they contribute for ESR.
They with profitable companies, they're trying to transform the the pillars that they have in order to make them go with the CSR,
right?
Before
ESG.
and ESG now, I would say.
Right. So for example, Amazon or Apple, do you think those kind of company is ESG company?
I think they
maybe
try.
Not right now.
I mean, with I don't know, they have a business to run. They do have an impact, but they're trying to make a lower impact.
Yeah, but if they want to stay, then they have to change. Like they have to become more if they want to stay.
Now, as a management company or BlackRock or Fidelity or Vanguard, they classify this kind of company. The Apple or Amazon is ESG company because they are making money, still good. They are growing, but now they also contribute to some society. Because they're contributing this environment issue because they want to stay some upper level of their reputation, right? The brand name, right? Because the retailer is definitely impact on the retailers, consumers' behavior, right?
Well, yeah, and we are in a business school, so we are in business and we need to be profitable. So I think like many things that you've just mentioned today is gonna help a lot of people to understand business and all this financial part of it.
Right. That's why the social governance, that society and governance, environment, society and governance. The governance part is now like more shareholders benefit, right? Shareholders benefit. That's why the Apple distributed the cash dividend last year, the $14 billion, and the stock repurchase program. $90 billion in total, $104 billion cash distribution to the shareholders. Right? Never happened in the Steve Jobs era.
Yeah.
Well, great. Nothing. Thank you so much for sharing all that.
Sure, my pleasure.
I hope everyone has been taking notes. You know how to reach out to Professor. Probably they can follow you on LinkedIn. Hult.edu, probably you're more than welcome or taking classes with him. But well, as every episode, we do are gonna make you a question from our previous guest that our previous guest didn't know who was gonna be the next guest, and you will have the chance to make one question for our future guest. So, do you wanna make the question?
Yeah. So the question from the previous guest was, what are you most afraid of?
Yeah. Okay. Answer is everybody is afraid about the future.
Including you, then.
Everybody, including me.
Okay.
Because it's uncertain.
Yeah.
Uncertain. Nobody knows what will happen in the future, in the grade or in the graduation where we are working on, or what grades we will receive. Right? Do I get married?
Yeah.
So everybody is about worried about the future, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Right. Then I can answer. By the way, you don't have to actually worry about the future, afraid about the future.
That's
if I
nice to
can
have.
ask my question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Go
My
ahead.
question. Yeah. My question is now, can we change the past, your past? Can you change your past, or can you predict your future?
Oh.
Can you change your past?
I think
Rafael?
I can't.
You can.
I think I can't. Like, I mean,
How about
what happened happened.
Yeah.
Can you change your past?
Like, I don't think I fully understand the question because it's done. It's
Exactly,
done.
that's what I'm
So,
saying.
Really?
what do you think? Do you think you can change your past?
We can change the past.
How?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
So-
I can think I can change the perception in the future of what happened in the past.
Okay, great.
But
So,
no,
I can explain very short.
Okay,
Very
okay.
short. Then like some example. I pushed up 10 times 10 days ago. Today I pushed up the 10 times today.
Correct.
Did I change my past?
No.
No. It's still I'm stuck in the 10 times push up.
Correct.
Now
How do you change
10
that?
times, and then yesterday 11. Today I did 12. Now, did I change my past?
No.
Now,
You're changing.
what I did is 12. I just did 12.
Correct.
What is my new past?
12.
12 is my new past.
But you're
I'm
changing.
not the guy can do only 10 times push up. Now I'm the guy can do the 12 times.
But when you're doing it, you're changing the future.
Now let's
Right.
move
Now.
to the. So again, do you agree? You can change the. If you get, for example, you got like B grade, and then this semester I got the B grade. You didn't change your past because you are stick on the past yet. But now I studied really hard, right? Now I got the A grade. I got the scholarships. Now my new past is just I done, right? Now my new past is A.
But aren't you technically changing your present to have an effect on your past?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not changing the past.
I will agree to disagree.
Nobody remember your past. Your new past is just what you've done.
Yeah.
That means once you focus
I
on the
guess,
present, this present just in a second when I said this just present, and that is new past, right?
I guess so. I guess, yeah.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
this,
Convince
this is
me.
really controversial. So I would like to invite everyone
Yeah.
watching us to try to answer this
Yeah.
question in the comments or something.
I'm
Right.
so curious.
And then secondly, you don't have to worry about the future. You don't have to afraid about the future.
That's
How?
good.
By doing the present, which is slightly better than the past. For example, if I did 11, 12, 10 days ago, now the 9 days, now the 13, and then yesterday the 19, now today
20?
20, I did 20. Then question, what is my next tomorrow?
21.
21.
Or
Which
22.
means now, if you yourself can make your trend, people feel very safe or very safe
Yeah.
or
You building a
protected
trend, that's true.
in the trend. If they are in the trend, please don't try to follow the trend that somebody make.
Yeah.
You are not the trend purchaser. You are not the trend taker, right? You are not the you should build your own trend so that you can make your own routine and your trend, then you can predict your future.
Wow.
The only way to predict your future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln,
That's so motivating.
right?
Yeah.
So once you slightly did better than before, it's starting from the past. That's why you can change your past. You are no longer the same person what you did. You are now the new person, right? Because you're slightly better than before. Now you are making your own trend. Then you can predict the future.
Wow, I feel so inspired right now, honestly.
I'm gonna work in my present.
I don't know the guest is how he responded or she responded.
Yeah, we'll see.
We will
Don't
see.
let him or let him know this answer. This is my insight.
Yeah, okay. We won't, but if they are watching us today,
that's true.
I don't know what's gonna happen. But well, thank you so much for being here with us today. I hope everyone is enjoying the episode today. Thank you, Johanna, and thank you everyone watching us.
Yeah.
Well,
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
bye everyone.
Bye.